Manchester United has gone ahead to obviously confirm that the stadium of Old Trafford is going to be bulldozed down and then a new stadium is going to be built. Remember, way back, there was a plan that this stadium is really going to be left there for the underage teams and the female team for the club of Man United, and then near Old Trafford, south of Old Trafford, a new stadium was going to be built with a new state of art. Today, a decision has been taken by the club of Man United, and guess what? The committee that is responsible for obviously leading, or the task force to build this new stadium in the south of England, has gone ahead obviously coming through and really gate revealed. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone ahead to speak to us. Gary Neville is part of the task force. He has gone ahead to speak to us. Andrew Can David is my name, and I'm buzzing with joy. Why am I buzzing with joy? Because when you really extend the stadium of Man United, you know, to the capacity of like 100,000 people, because he wants to build the largest stadium in England, and he said he's gonna bring the Wembley, right, the Wembley like stadium to the side of Manchester. I think Manchester is north. I'm sorry, is north, you know. Manchester is north of England, right? And he wants to bring a Wembley like stadium in the north of England, and that's what he's really gonna hate to do. And that means we are gonna be having a stadium that capacitates 100,000 people. And when you are capacitating 100,000 people, that increases your revenue at the club of Man United, and it really helps us to really get in more income. Because a fan will ask himself, I'm really surprised, I'm really shocked. Will United be having 100,000 people to fill up that stadium? I would like to tell you that last season towards the end, close to 150,000 people had booked for season tickets, you know, season tickets, you know. Now that means tickets are going to be there, and trust me, the stadium will get filled to capacity, and maybe in 2-3 years from now, or from 2-3 years from when the stadium will be unveiled, it will lead to the stadium to be really extended, because a lot will be in need. Now, with these people coming in through, I really like Sir Jim Ratcliffe about it. It's one of the things that has been criticized about the stadium of Old Trafford and Man United and the Glazers, that they even haven't gone ahead to obviously give us the best that we deserve in a new state of art as a stadium. So we really hope a lot is really gonna show up and really come up at Old Trafford. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Third video of the day. I promise you another live stream is going to be really done later in the night. I'm really waiting for Eric Ten Hag's throw in, right? I'm just waiting for his submission, right? As far as Man United is really concerned versus the side of what's the side, you know, the side is called Everton, because he has to obviously put in an embargoed interview on the Man United TV, and I'm gonna come out and really react about it, and hope you guys will join me later in the night to really do that business with you. So this is where I call upon you people who have gone ahead to obviously come in through and really put in a shift here onto this channel, and thank you for obviously keeping it this channel, and let's go eyes. Now, the board or the website of Man United have earlier today gone ahead to come out and really tell us exactly what their thoughts are about the plan, you know, the plan of the stadium. And this is how, or this is how long the article went ahead to read. It's a long one, but I'm going to read it to you, then you will come in through and really throw in your reactions. They've said, a joint task force has been created to explore options for regenerating the Old Trafford area of Greater Manchester, with the development of a world-class football stadium at the heart of the project. The Old Trafford Regeneration Task Force will bring together local leaders and national experts to examine how stadium development can support renewal of an area of the city with rich industrial history and huge potential for the future, and deliver social and economic benefits for the entire region. Chaired by Lord Sebastian Coe, former chairman of the organizing committee for the 2012 for the 2012 London Olympic Games. The task force will assess the feasibility of a new stadium of national significance equipped to host international games and finals, as well as providing a modernized home for Man United. Other members will include Andy Burnham, Mayor of Greater Manchester, Sarah Told, Chief Executive of Trafford Council, and Gary Neville, former captain for the club of Man United. So that is it. And when he was coming in here, the club of Man United, his main aim was his age was really running down, and he thought that he would really find himself in a position of really doing the needful for the club of Man United and be remembered in history as his age was running down. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone ahead to start to turn around things to build a £3 billion stadium for the club of Man United. Now, they added and said, working in synergy with Trafford Council's Trafford Wharfside Framework, the project aims to support revitalization of area between Trafford Park and the banks of Salford Quays and support the levelling up agenda to drive investment in north of London. It would also reduce the over-concentration of major sporting venues and events in London and the southeast. So this is going to be a very huge venture. And trust me, it's really going to be one of those that Man United will really come in through and really appreciate. Now, after that, Sir Jim Ratcliffe had something to say about this, and in his words, he said the following, that this can be a major regeneration project for an area of Greater Manchester, which has played such a key role in the British industrial history, but which today requires new investment to thrive again. The northwest of England has a greater concentration of major football clubs than anywhere else in the world, yet we don't have a stadium on the scale of Wembley. The new Camp Old Bernabeu, yet they don't have a stadium of a new scale of Wembley, new Camp Old Bernabeu. We will not be able to change that on our own, which is why this task force is so important to help us seize this once in a century opportunity. And this is the brightness or the brilliantness of the new owner for the club of Man United. And this guy has gone ahead to use his brains, and he knew exactly how to really lobby and really get a stadium in there for you. It's going to be a stadium for Man United, but I think it's going to be funded. It's going to be funded by some of the people at in the Manchester City, and really find us really having a new state of art. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a hands-on He's a hands-on owner. He's a hands-on owner, and that's what makes him a special owner for the club of Man United. I know most of you might be really asking yourselves what this means, but it is really positivity. Don't you really want us to see don't you really want us to have a stadium like that of Real Madrid, stadium of Bayern Munich, stadium of Arsenal, Etihad Stadium, the new state of art? This stadium has been here for a very long time, and it's high time it really gets knocked down. I know some people think that they shouldn't knock this stadium down because of its history, but I don't think that we've gone ahead to hold more history at Old Trafford than what Barcelona held at their stadium. That is it's called the Camp Nou, but Camp Nou has been knocked down and is being renovated. Now Bernabeu of Real Madrid holds more history than what Old Trafford holds for the club of Man United. So for me, let it be knocked down, and I think this is going to start off in the summer after the season is done, and we have to be looking where we are going to be really playing our next games. Are we going to be playing at in Wembley? God knows, but Man United is yet obviously put up a very good goal into this stadium of Old Trafford. So that is what Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone ahead to say, that with the history of industrial history, so with the history of industrial events and industries, in Manchester, it needs to obviously see this. So it's going to be a modern state of art, with the fun support areas and other recreation centers around that stadium, to see to it that it recreates a lot of money for the city of Manchester. And he's really hands-on, and that's what I really love about this guy. If you don't love him, then you really need to learn to love him, because he's a special guy, having gone ahead to come in, and in just less than a month before his confirmation of the 25 million stake in the club of Man United, he's doing more than what the Glazers were doing. And I want to let you know that he's one of those people that has always gone ahead to really prove all the doubters wrong. Most things he has gone ahead to do and not yet have not been done by the Glazers, and that shows you that he knows the gist of the problem for the club of Man United. That is Sir Jim Ratcliffe for you. Then Gary Neville has said, I'm incredibly fortunate to have had the privilege of playing hundreds of games at Old Trafford, and no one can take away those amazing memories. But Old Trafford has evolved throughout its history, and it's clear we are at a point where it has to change again to ensure that Man United has a world-class stadium befitting the world's greatest club. While I want the best of Manchester United, I also want the same for the surrounding community. Old Trafford should be a stadium that the whole of Greater Manchester can take pride in and be a catalyst for sustainable cohesion growth in an area of the city that has been neglected for too long. So this is what makes these people great. They know that the best stadium in Manchester is that of Man City, known as Etihad. Now they've gone ahead to come up with a plan that is going to be having lots of things near the stadium to outage the stadium of Man City. And Man City has a stadium that doesn't even capacitate 60,000 people. And for Man United, they can even double and say, we are going to be having a stadium that capacitates 120,000 people in there for you. So that is the beauty of the side called Ineos. Gary Neville, one of the greats, has also gone ahead to really give green light to the knocking down of the stadium of Man United, because we need a stadium that best describes that United is one of the biggest teams in the world. That is the beauty that comes with people who know the game of football. And this is why Sir Jim Ratcliffe is really great, and I really love him for his ideas for the club of Man United. He's changing things, and it shows you that he started on the hierarchy. David Bresfold, very much knowledgeable as far as football is concerned. Jean-Claude, responsible for the Neymar, Kylian Mbappe deals at PSG. You know, they are very knowledgeable. We thought he would be the CEO. He said no, those should be at the helm of the club. Then Omar Berrada should be the CEO for the club of Man United. Dan Ashworth should be the director of football. The head of recruitment is coming in through. The technical director is also coming in through. So after all that, he's now working onto what we call the stadium, and it's really gonna really act in our favor and really give us fruits that all of you will obviously go ahead to really enjoy as the side of Man United. Then Sarah Todd, the other member that has been really put onto this, has also gone ahead and really put out a statement. He said, we are very pleased that Man United have confirmed their commitment to remaining at Old Trafford, their historical home, and welcome the prospect of renewed investment in development of a world-class stadium. As plans for the stadium and neighboring Trafford Waftside area progress, we have a unique opportunity to truly transform the historic industrial engine room of Greater Manchester into a modern hub for growth and new community. And you want to build on this socio-economic benefits this will bring, particularly for the local residents. We are committed to working with the club, local residents, and other key partners to develop these exciting and ambitious proposals. That is it. Then Andy Burnham has said, the development of one of the most iconic stadiums in the world of football will help attract investment, create jobs, and lead to new opportunities that will not just benefit Trafford, but communities across our city region and beyond. Greater Manchester has been a hive of innovation and creativity for centuries, and sport has played a huge role in shaping our past and present. This bold and exciting vision for the future of Old Trafford and the surrounding area can become another success story for our region. That is it. And lastly, Lord Coy has said, I think is the mayor of Manchester, throughout my career in sport, I have seen the potential for stadiums to become focal points for strong communities and catalysts for social and economic development. That was certainly true of the venues we built in East London for the 2012 Olympics, and we are overdue a project of similar scale and ambition in north of London. I'm honored to have this opportunity to share my experience in support of this tremendously exciting project. Now, it shows you that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Qatar's Sheikh Jassim Al Thani had the same plan for the club of Man United. They really thought of the same thing. Though Qatar really had the money to invest, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going to have to use his brain that he has sold it to the community of Man City, the community of Manchester, and they've going to have to come up with a plan that can really exonerate Man United and really have one of the best state of modern stadium in the world. So your thoughts on to Old Trafford to be bulldozed down, you know, are welcome in the comment section below, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe is really at the front line of this. Gary Neville's spoken. What do you make about it? Old Trafford to be knocked down, and plans have been confirmed for United to obviously erect a new state-of-art stadium at Old Trafford. What do you make about it? Are you really excited? We wait to see where we are going to be playing our games, and I think it's going to start as soon as possible. Next season, we might be playing elsewhere. Others say we are going to be playing in Wembley. Who knows? God knows. But the rest will be history. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Yes, sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. But as I told you at the beginning of this video, we are going to be doing something important, reacting to Erik ten Hag's embargoed interview that is going to be aired on Man United TV like an hour from now. I'll be here digesting it with you live onto this beautiful channel of ours. I'll sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. We out.